Hey guys, I'm Shanna with LifefulAndFrugal.com, and today I am so happy to be sharing my top 10 tips for frugal Christmas decor. There is just something about all the sparkle and shimmer and shine of this season that sends me back to childhood when Christmas was still magical. I feel like Christmas is a little glimpse, a little foreshadowing of the glories of heaven. I feel like it's a little peek into the eternal, and so Christmas is so special. I love all that comes with this season, but I know for a lot of us, we have to wonder, how do we create all the beauty and the magic of the season when we're on a budget? So here are my top 10 tips to create that magical feeling and that beautiful ambiance in your home without breaking the bank. So the goal with a lot of these tips is low cost, high impact. So a lot of these things are just going to be really simple things that are really easy to get a hold of in any of the stores, but if you use them right, you can make a really big impact with them. And my first tip is lights, and more lights. I don't feel like you can have too many lights, and you don't have to have like some crazy scheme with your lights. I love to just hang lights around the doorways and around the windows, and you would be surprised. You don't have to do anything else. The glass in your windows will just reflect those twinkling lights, and it is so magical. So my second tip is ribbon. I love to buy ribbon that has the wired edge. Every year I try to stock up when they go on sale. For me, that determines the theme of my Christmas decor. This year I have some really beautiful royal blue and silver ribbon, and then I got a really deep navy and gold. And so blue is throughout my home, and that's the dominant color, but all the colors are there. I changed the whole feel of my Christmas decorations with just changing out the color of the ribbon. So again, it's something that's so cheap and easy, but makes a huge difference. My third tip to create frugal Christmas decor is to use wrapping paper. I just wrap empty boxes with really beautiful wrapping paper, and I just stick them throughout my house. I have a really random little landing in our living room, and most of the year I have no idea what to do with it, but during Christmas it really shines because I put Christmas lights up there, and I hang a wreath, and I put a bunch of really beautifully wrapped boxes, and I love it, and it turns out so great. It's a really easy way to add affordable Christmas decor to your home. My fourth tip is to use beads. I used to love to hang beads as garland around my Christmas tree, but one year I just threw it into a bowl and I just let it kind of pour out the sides, and it ended up being so beautiful. I've done that ever since. They make me think of like treasure, like the gifts that the Magi brought to Jesus. My fifth tip to create frugal Christmas decor is to use garland. I have never spent the money to buy the really expensive garland, but what I've done is I've just bought the cheap ones, and some of them I hang over my windows, some of them I will just place on top of surfaces, and I love the way they look. They don't have to be lush, they're just kind of creating a frame. The glass from the window reflects it, and it's just beautiful and magical. Another thing that I have done with garland is I bought 50 feet of this really cheap garland, but what I do is I wrap Christmas lights around it, and then I hang it in swags over my stair banister in my living room, and it looks so good. My sixth tip to create frugal Christmas decor is to use fabric. You can use fabric in all kinds of different ways. This can be the tablecloth that you use. This can be actual fabric that you get from the store. I have used raw fabric as a tablecloth, and it turned out so beautiful. But another thing that I'll include in this list is throw blankets. Me and my sisters, we grew up in Ohio, and it was always cold in the wintertime, so every seat in the house has a throw blanket on it. And over the years, I've I've collected several throw blankets, and they're made of cotton, they're so cozy, and they have bright cherry colors on them, and so it becomes part of the overall look of my Christmas decor, just using those throw blankets. My 7th tip to create frugal Christmas decor is don't be afraid to embrace cheap ornaments. I have 2 boys, and so for me, shatterproof was the way to go. I don't want anything in my home that is so precious that if it gets broken, I'm gonna be that upset about it. You don't have to buy super expensive ornaments to create a beautiful home for Christmas. What you can do is just find containers and just fill it with the cheapy ornaments that you get from the dollar store, and surrounded with lights, it looks amazing. Okay, tip number 8, use nature. It's free, it's beautiful. You can use it again in creative ways. So you can use pine cones, you can use acorns. Starla mentioned that in our last video, and they're beautiful. And so you can just collect the stuff that's around you and make beautiful decorations from nature, and it's free. You can't beat that. Tip number 9 is to make an ugly duckling a swan. So back in 2014, we renovated a huge part of our house. But before we had done that, we had a really 90s chandelier in our dining room. It wasn't really my taste, but man, I embraced it. I ended up putting all kinds of Christmas ornaments in that chandelier, and it ended up looking so beautiful. And so after we renovated our house, we replaced the chandelier with a ceiling fan. And we actually have one in our dining room and our living room. And I really wanted to continue that tradition of decorating our light fixture, and so I have just hung ornaments from the ceiling fans using ribbon that you would use for like gift wrapping. It goes back to how much ribbon will make a huge impact. It's so cheap, it's so easy, but it makes such a huge impact. It's so dramatic and beautiful, and it reflects the light, and I love it. So here we go, we've reached tip number 10. So the last thing that I want to encourage you to do is to work with what you have. You don't have to go out and buy all new stuff. You don't have to start from square one. Look in your home and see what you have. Shop your own house. Just like people would say, shop your closet, see what you have and use it in a creative way. I want to encourage y'all to just relax and take your time with this Christmas season. This year has been so hard, and so I just want to encourage you to be gentle with your heart, gentle with the hearts of the people around you. Don't stress out over Christmas decor. It is going to be fine. Whatever you come up with is going to be beautiful. I hope that this gives you some ideas and some inspiration, but really what we all need to focus on is just loving on each other, taking care of each other, and remembering the beauty of this season where Jesus came to this earth to live among us and to live a beautiful life. That's what it's all about. As you're decorating, watch Christmas movies, turn on music, light candles, bake cookies, and have fun. Thank y'all so much for checking out my 10 tips for frugal Christmas decor. If you're new to our channel, I'd love to invite you to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss any of the good stuff that we have for you. I hope that you have a blessed and safe and Merry Christmas. God bless y'all from the Sisters of Lifefullandfrugal.com.